I'm turning down, I'm turning in, I'm turning around, I'm turning Japanese.
In honor of this grand PSP month, I have been providing to you all, and because Final Fantasy Type 0 HD just launched, I figured it was time to go back and look at some other PSP games that should be coming to America in either PS Vita, PS4, or some kind of form in general. This will be dedicated into two separate videos. This first one here is the top 5 Fan Patched PSP games. Now these are games that you can play right now, although a little bit shadier means. Of course this means that we want them to officially localize it and bring it over here, but you know, if you really want to understand it and actually play it, there's ways out there. So let's get right to it. Number 1, DotHack Link. This is the last game in the series, and we never got it. After the GU project and after the original quarantine and sign and all that stuff, they made DotHack Link. DotHack Link was kind of a celebration of the whole DotHack universe. Same type of gameplay, except that you kind of take a one-on-one approach. You take your character, who gets transferred into the game, and then you have classic characters from throughout all the DotHack universes, like the playable thing that I'm showing right here. Of course, you can recognize her from DotHack Sign, the TV show, and there's people from all over. It's kind of a cool little thing. Now, what you're seeing right now is Japanese, of course, and this one is not technically finished. It is finished enough where you can understand things going on with the menus and stuff like that, but it's patched enough where you can be able to play it. Maybe not necessarily like enjoy a story, but you know, enough. Next, we have Digimon Adventure. Now this one is officially patched 100%. Now Digimon Adventure retells the first season of Digimon, with all the kids from the camp going transported into the digital world, and you can play up to 3 different characters at any time. You're all together basically, and then those people get to use their Digimon. Agumon and Ladybugmon and the Cactusmon. I can't remember what their names are. Either way, if you're a huge Digimon fan, this is like the best game I've ever played, which is sad because it's the game that we haven't gotten. We've got a lot of crap over here for Digimon, and it's pretty cool. It's a turn-based RPG. Again, all the monsters' abilities, it's like Pokemon, but Final Fantasy twist, and you get to relive the whole thing from the season, which is my favorite season because it's very nostalgic for me. Anyway, moving on. Grand Night History. Now this was a little sad because this was about to come out, and then with the waning sales of the PSP, they decided to scrap it. This is a Vanillaware game. To those that may know, you know, Odin Sphere, or the most recent game, which is Dragon's Crown, or Muramasa Rebirth. It's basically the same studio. It's very, very beautiful. Of course, they do fantastic art. This is their least linear story they've ever produced. Imagine if you were playing Final Fantasy Tactics, but with a turn-based twist. So you create this knighthood. You can follow 3 different countries, but you create this knighthood, and essentially you're trying to make these squires into knights. Once they reach knighthood by doing quests and all kinds of stuff, very minimal tasks, then they can be sent to the battlefield where they'll fight in this grand war, and then you do the whole thing over again. You keep on making squires, making them into knights, sending them off to the actual giant war, and it's kind of a little bit like Risk, I would say, in that you're just trying to take over the whole region and you're trying to do it piece by piece. It's very time consuming, but it's also very fun, very beautiful, and I don't have enough good things to say about it. This one is also all about the gameplay, and that's of Tales of the Heroes Twin Brave. This is a Dynasty Warriors spin on the Tales of series. It's not an official one made by Omega Force, who does all the Dynasty Warriors, the Koei, and it's essentially all the characters from across all the universes up until Xillia, and they both have a partner, and you're just going out there fighting hordes of soldiers. Everything is translated. It feels really good. It plays really good. It's monotonous, sure, but you know, if you like the Tales of games, you like Dynasty Warriors. And last but not least, Valkyria Chronicles 3. So, to those that may know, or maybe have just played Codename Steam, and maybe they read my review and they're like, Valkyria Chronicles, what is that? So, it's a turn-based strategy game where you control your soldiers and enemies fire at you as you're walking towards them or whatever, and then you pause the game when you're actually aiming at them, so you can aim at their head and they'll do more damage. You can shoot at their crotch and it won't do as much damage, but hey, if you want to shoot the crotch, you can shoot the crotch. Cel-shaded, with very cel-shaded watercoloring on the PS3 originally, and then it was kind of downgraded when it went to the second one, the PSP, which was about a school. Now this one is about a ragtag group of, it's basically the Suicide Squad. They are the vile of the army. They are prisoners. They are just bad people. They've been put in the squad to basically go to the lines and die. But this captain, he got demoted because he saw some stuff that, you know, conspiracies, of course, as good as any good political thing would have. He is sent to this army and he doesn't want to die, and he actually whips up these troops, and then you get to know them, and I think it's a lot better than the second story because it was, you know, it was about a school and there's some interesting characters, but they're kind of maybe too anime-y. But this one is actually very grounded. It's very good. The characters are awesome. The gameplay is awesome as ever. Not much has changed other than the setting and, you know, the type of war that you're fighting, but it's cool. And all these games are cool, and please, every single publisher out there listening to this, we want these games. We got Final Fantasy Type 0, so there's a possibility, please! Alright, that's enough of that, but check out my stuff as you usually do, because I know you're good people. And of course, look at part 2 of this, where I look at the games that need patches, or that should be officially launched.
Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack. Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack. Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack. Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, subscribe. Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom, ba-jack. Boom, ba-jack, boom, boom,